Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Smash Dispatch podcast. As always, I am one of your hosts, Fidel, joined alongside me, Ultima Shadow X.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
How are you doing, man? You're living?
Good. Been just gaming as much as I can
as much
because
as
of
we all
everything
can.
going on. So, excited to see what's going to come of any Smash news going forward due to what we'll discuss in just a bit.
So obviously, welcome back. And on today's episode, we're going to be discussing some of the Smash news that came out from Mr. Sakurai about the development of the DLC, as well as our main topic this week, which is going to be Mario representation in Smash, like the Mario universe, how that's represented in Smash via characters, stages, items, and everything, because that's obviously like a pretty big part of Smash. So we'll get into that stuff. So let's start with the Super Smash Brothers news. So we heard earlier this week, Ultima. Do you have the stuff pulled up, or should I read it?
I don't have it pulled up right now, but
yeah.
it's basically Sakurai made a post describing how he is now working from home due to the virus going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, like we have as we go on here, it's funny. Kojima Productions in Tokyo temporarily closed. The recent one, so it was April 7th. We basically found out that the Smash team is working remotely now. Sakurai stated weeks ago that COVID-19 would have a huge impact on games industry. And where's I'm trying to find the exact wording. Oh yeah, I am now working remotely. Essentially, I'm supervising the project from a distance. Ultimate is a very high security project, which makes it very difficult to take it out and work. However, we have no choice but to do it. Everyone, let's do our best to get through this. And I think the last update we had was, Square found a report of a case of COVID-19, so all employees are going to work from home. So it is just crazy how, a lot of this I feel like for a long time now, it wasn't affecting Japan, but now it's starting to see some effect there. What do you think about all this?
I think we're starting to get the fallout. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, it affected it a lot. But we weren't really seeing what would happen as a result of it, like afterwards. So I mean, I'm glad that everyone is safe. I do like the way he says high security just makes it seem like this is top secret.
It is,
for
Smash it is, right?
Right. So, I mean, hopefully, because we've had instances where, unfortunately, stuff from within Nintendo has leaked Smash stuff. And that's always, like, the worst feeling, you know what I mean? Because that's just a death note, you know? Like, when the music for the Belmonts got leaked early, or, like, when the SNK logo showed up in the credits. So, like, hopefully, like I said, they have no choice but to take it out, so hopefully that everyone is able to keep, stuff from getting leaked elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, that's it's so weird, right? Because, obviously, they should stay safe, obviously stay home. I wonder how much it impacts, work on DLC, because, we know Japan is pretty efficient with how they work, so I know for a lot of companies, sometimes working from home is actually better, but in a lot of cases, it can be more difficult, and obviously, I think for Smash, I think for the in-house Nintendo characters, it's probably easier, but for
I would imagine, because they don't have to meet with anybody to discuss, approval and things like that, so I definitely think that was maybe partially, we don't know how far in the pipeline this was, but definitely I think it helps that we're getting an ARMS rep first.
Yeah, first, right?
If anything, I think all this mess is probably just gonna make there's a bigger gap between the ARMS character and whoever the next character is.
Yeah, I mean, since the ARMS character we know is dropping in June, we're assuming, it could get pushed by this point because of everything happening, but for now, we know it's June. Yeah, I could see the next character after that, being maybe, September or October by that point. I think it might
can imagine there might be a bigger delay between characters.
Yeah, unless the next character is also a first-party character, which maybe they can get it out quicker. Again, in a good way, I think not that they didn't prepare for this, right? But they obviously saying that Fighter Pass 2 would end by December 2021. was probably a smart decision in terms of like they gave themselves a huge timetable for stuff, not like this, but like things that could slow down or take more time. So I don't necessarily think this means like, yeah, now we're gonna get Fighter 6 like fucking February 2022. I think it just might mean like it might actually end up happening that our last character ends up being like December 2021.
Yeah, that seems fair to me.
Yeah, no, it's, yeah. I mean, again, like we've always said, like, this whole thing sucks. It's affecting the video game industry in every possible way. Whether it's Japan, whether it's the West, whether it's everything. It's like there's so much going on that it's like it's what we always talk about too. Of like, it's really hard to predict. Like, it's just a situation where any company that's trying, it's like even right now when we see like PlayStation and Xbox being like, yeah, we're launching our consoles still this year. It's like, are you? Like, it's like you can say that, but we don't really know.
I mean, especially with how empty, a lot of it feels. Like, again, while I do appreciate that, they said, hey, the next fighter is gonna be from this series. Yeah. I don't think that's ever happened before. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Yeah. So I definitely think, we'll see in the coming months just how deep down this is all gonna go. But I think for at least for right now, it's gonna be interesting to see how it develops.
Yeah, I mean, I think this could mean though that we might see a front load of the first party characters, right? Like, I think they could, like, I think a smart thing to do internally would be like, okay, you know what? We had initially a third party rep plan that's like, I don't know, Fighter 2 or Fighter 3. Let's move those to the second half and move a first party rep earlier, right? Just like that way they can because that way they can just work faster on stuff. And I'm sure like even a third party company, like they'd want their character to get revealed and stuff when everything like feels good. So I feel like maybe they might push forward work on the first party characters.
Right.
I mean, I could like it's like even like if for some reason it got really bad, like it took like a while for all this to get better there. I could see them really even like maybe a character that there was initially gonna be in gets cut due to time restraints and stuff like that. Like, we just don't know how much this could really affect all this. I hope it doesn't come to that though.
Right, and definitely like it obviously like there are much like bigger issues at hand than just games and video games. It's just that definitely it feels like in this time like that's like the only form of escape for so many people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So again, like I said, the good thing about video games is all you really need is a computer and like some meetings to work on stuff, so you can still be fairly efficient with it. So it's not gonna be as bad as obviously movies and shows which are completely stopped in production. So it's gonna be interesting to see. But moving on to more positive stuff, let's do our topic of the show now, which is Mario representation. So Super Mario, as they call it, because obviously Mario is a pretty big part of Nintendo, and also we're not counting Donkey Kong because that counts apparently as Donkey Kong. So the characters we have in the game to represent Super Mario are Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Bowser, Dr. Mario, Rosalina and Luma, Bowser Jr., and Piranha Plant. Those are our 9 Mario reps in the game. So in general, Ultima, how do you feel about like Mario representation? So we'll go through stages and all that stuff.
I have to say Mario representation, it's so weird. Like,
it is.
I mean, okay, so obviously you have Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, like those are series mainstays, and I think it'd be hard to imagine Smash without these characters, because they're so iconic to gaming as a whole. But then you go into like Dr. Mario, which I mean I understand was just originally was a clone because they had the time and they wanted to make it more than just a costume. But like out of all the Mario spin-offs, it's so weird to me that Dr. Mario is the one that gets the attention here. You know what I mean? Like, you'd think... Now, obviously, Mario is super broad because there's so many different forms of... You have Paper Mario, Mario from Mario, Luigi... it's so broad, but it's so weird to me that they would pick Dr. Mario.
That was always such a funny weird choice. Like, cause yeah, obviously like they were like, all right, we want to. It's so funny, like you'd think Mario. I always felt like Mario would have been like Goku, where we get a bunch of Marios. It's almost shocking we only have 2 forms of Mario in the game.
Yeah, right. I mean, considering we have Link and Young Link, like and Toon Link, you'd think we'd get more forms of Mario, but they have been really good about not doing that.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, it's like, yeah, it's so funny. Like, even for me, like I love, like, Mario's my favorite franchise, right? So when I see the Smash representation, I think it's pretty solid, right? You have the main hitters, and what's cool about them is obviously other than Dr. Mario and Daisy, they all play like extremely differently from one another. Like Mario and Luigi, especially nowadays, they're like nothing other than
they're nothing alike. In Smash 1, they were very similar, and then in Melee they started like just being completely different characters.
Yeah. Like it's like I mean, like we'll go through characters, then stages, then all that stuff. But so in terms of like the characters, so Mario, let's talk about Mario's moveset, right? Because I feel like that's been a very divisive topic in general, right? Where people just feel like, and I agree that well, first of all, Mario always a top tier character. He's just so good in the game. He's obviously super well balanced, super well made. But everyone kind of feels, especially now in Ultimate specifically, that it feels a little outdated, right? Like the Mario cape, like, is not like, obviously you need Mario, like a Mario world representation style, but like Flood is still there, which is really weird. The fireballs are still there. It's like, what do you think about Mario in general?
It's almost, it's really funny that you mentioned that we don't have a lot of forms of Mario, because honestly, at this point, I would honestly like to see Mario split into 2 characters. Like, you have Retro Mario and you have 3D Mario, because they do such different things. Like, we're talking about movesets here, and we're talking about, because Mario has such a long history to him, it's sort of like really hard to amalgamate him into one character and have him feel like complete, right? Like, because a lot of people are saying, especially now, like, Mario doesn't really do a lot of what he does in the modern games that much anymore.
Yeah.
And, I definitely agree, but you also have the problem of, like, Mario throwing fireballs, that's Mario.
Yeah,
Mario using, the cape. I mean, again, like, Mario World is one of the best Mario games of all time and one of the most iconic, period.
Of course.
Right? Yeah. So, it just feels like there's aspects of Mario that you just can't get rid of, but also it's hard to, like, modernize the character in that regard,
what's so weird, too, about the cape is it's not even used in the way the cape is normally used. Like, obviously,
I know it's so weird. You think it lets you like hover in the air, or like the flipping around thing I get, but the reflecting projectiles is so weird to me.
It's that funny thing everyone talks about, how like if Mario was a DLC character today, he would get kind of that cool, like, I feel like if Mario was a DLC today, he would get such cool, like, movesets, right, where he would use the cape to hover. It's so, like, why isn't his up B the galaxy spin, right, where he could do a jump and then the up B does, like, a little extra twirl, right? Like, even Mario, when he hits a block, he's not, like, furiously punching it in the air. He's just, like, jumping on it. Like, it's so weird.
But also, I think there's also, I think, a fear in Sakura's eyes, because we're talking about, Mario's always been a solid character.
Yeah.
Well, why is that? Because he is, like, the definition of, like, the character you pick up and start with to understand a game. Like, he is very much supposed to be well-rounded, not particularly awful at anything, and sort of a simple character to pick up. And I think, there is probably that concern that if we add more to this character and make him too complex, then a lot of newcomers to Smash, who obviously are going to gravitate to Mario, are going to, like, get lost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. In general, even Mario, for what upgrades you want from him, he's always been one of my favorite characters to play throughout the series, just because he's my favorite character in general. He's always super fun, super well-rounded, and I love him. Now, Luigi's where it gets fucking weird in moveset style, right? Where the thing about Luigi's moveset is it hones in on his silliness, but, like, I don't think other than the vacuum grapple, like the grab now.
And the vacuum grapple took us until Ultimate.
Yeah, it's so weird, right? It's like, it's so funny how Luigi, like, none of his moves are from what he represents, other than, like, maybe like a green fireball.
Yeah, I definitely feel that way. Like, I am a big fan of the spin, which is, obviously the reference to Mario World.
Yeah.
But, like, I think Luigi is so much more of his, like, own character. Like, it plays on Luigi's personality more than it does his games. You know what I mean?
No,
because people love Luigi in Smash because he's so goofy. He's
really
like
is, yeah.
He's really lanky and like he slides around, which is like him sliding and jumping higher. That's a really cool nod to Mario
for sure,
as well. But like a lot of people like Luigi because he's such like a big personality character,
And I think they do a good job of getting his personality through. Like obviously his taunt that can like smack you down the stage, or like that taunt where he does like 5 different weird poses. He's just a fucking funny and weird character. That up B is hilarious. Like to nail. It's like I feel like losing to Luigi always feels like shit. But yeah.
Because you just get grabbed forever, right? Yeah.
Exactly. And even like, it's so crazy how, it's like, you would think for Melee they would have, since, I mean, that's when Luigi's Mansion was a thing, you'd think each game they would have iterated and made him more and more Luigi's Mansion-esque. Like, that would have been so cool if, like, he was just a Luigi's Mansion fighter, right? Where he uses, like, the flashlight to stun the opponent, or he could throw the plunger at you, or, like, he could, suck you up and smack you left and right. It's like, I feel like they could have done so many cool things to fully make Luigi a Luigi's Mansion rep, but I understand you also want to keep a bit of that simplicity to Luigi because he is like the Mario brother, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because even in Brawl, where Luigi's Mansion was a stage, Luigi had nothing about Luigi's Mansion to him. His taunt was that weird like negative zone thing, remember?
Yeah.
It's definitely weird. I think I definitely do agree that I think some gameplay styles don't translate to Smash particularly well, but like you said, Luigi has so many tools at his disposal in Mansion, especially now, that it is surprising that they haven't really capitalized on it as much.
Yeah, but overall, cool character in general. And now next, Peach and Daisy, right, which are effectively the same. It's crazy that they finally added Daisy in at the end. But yeah, Peach's representation has always been actually like, it's been really funny to me.
I think it's one of the better ones, actually.
Yeah, I think it's really weird and funny in a cool way. Like, I love the turnips. I love that you can pull out a bomb with a random chance. I love that, like, the hover in the air is obviously, like, super faithful to Peach. Having the umbrella. I fucking hate the amount of times I up B with the umbrella, but I don't grab the ledge. So I just end up slowly falling downwards. I don't want to accept defeat.
You have to be very precise with it,
But no, I would say, Peach, Daisy, like, they're super... I mean, maybe less Daisy. Like, Daisy's more...
Yeah, I definitely have some words about Daisy that I can get into.
Yeah, we'll do Daisy. But it's like, for Peach, I think for the most part, they did her good in general. Like, her moveset's really good.
I think, honestly... What I like about Peach is she represents not only the spin-offs, but the main games very, very well, Because, she was first playable in Mario 2, you have the float, you have the turnip pulling from that game. Her up B is a parasol, she always has a parasol. Now, I do wish the parasol was the one from Super Princess Peach.
Yeah, I know.
I wish it was Parry. I feel like that would have been a really cool nod. Also, you have... her side smash, which has the pan, the golf club, and the tennis racket. The pan obviously is from Mario RPG. The club and the racket are from the sports spin-offs, which is a really cool nod. And that isn't like my whole character is about the spin-offs. Like, obviously, the side B is just funny. It has no reason to be there. It's just really fucking funny.
It's just funny to get your ass beat by Peach. Oh, also, we didn't talk about the final smashes. Mario's final smash sucks. I hate it. Please.
Yeah, speaking of, like, I guess it's just supposed to represent, like, his use of fire. But, like, I feel like Mario has done way cooler things.
Stop with this, I can't believe they haven't changed it since Brawl. Like, it's a final smash. It doesn't need to be that faithful. Luigi's Mansion, I'm cool with having the vacuum that sucks everyone in and tosses them out. Before that, it was the negative zone, which was horrifying. Like, absolutely horrifying.
I thought the negative zone was really funny because like its description was like it's all of his negative energy from being the like second in command of Mario. That's really funny.
It's horrifying. And then Peach has always been the funny one where like everyone falls asleep and you get these. It's such a weird one.
No, it would have been it would have been cool if like in Super Princess Peach she has that form where if she gets the emotion form where she's mad and she's all on fire and like stomps the ground. That would have been a pretty cool new Final Smash for Peach.
Yeah. I think the problem with that game is it's so niche that I guess they would have assumed most people wouldn't get any of those references, but yeah, it would have been super cool.
That is fair.
But
that is fair.
Yeah, Peach is, I think, overall super cool. Now, what do you got about Daisy? What's your thing with Daisy?
So I am very, very mixed on Daisy. So for backstory, like that when in Smash 4 era, when they started giving like more serious alternate costumes to characters.
Right.
I had always thought it'd be really cool if Daisy was like a more complete costume for Peach, in that like she has the same voice lines. She has Daisy's voice lines, but like the same moves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like she's not like a separate character. She's just an elf to Olimar sort of thing. You know what I mean? I always thought that would have been really cool.
Right. Yeah.
And then when Daisy got announced as an Echo Fighter, I lost my mind. I'm like, oh, that's super fucking cool. Like, she's gonna have her own unique moves. Like, not unique, but they'll be different. Like, her moves will be different than Peach's in some way.
Kind of like
right. So I was like super excited, and then finding out Daisy is just a costume. Like,
basically,
okay, that's kind of what I thought would happen. But why wouldn't you do it like Olimar and Alf? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, what's the difference?
That's why I'm sort of mixed about. Like, because I think. There are things that you could have had Daisy do that would still fall in line with like similar to Peach, but also like being different. You know what I mean? And there's literally no difference.
Yeah. Do they, other than the Toad being a different color, is she heavier or are they exactly?
No, they're exactly the same. Okay, it's just a cosmetic. It's just cosmetic.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Like. Because I thought it would have been cool, like, okay, maybe, you keep them the same, right? But you have a different down B. Because, Chrome's up B is different than Roy's.
Exactly,
so, in my mind, you could have had Daisy, like, her down B could have been, like, something like a dice block from Mario Party or something like that. Because that's, like, that's where Daisy really got the most notoriety was from Mario Party, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, like, Daisy could have been totally a semi-clone where she has her own, like, other representations of the spin-offs, like, like Mario Party, or even Mario Kart, like, maybe your side B is...
Yeah, Mario Kart would have been great, too,
yeah. That would have been so good, but alas, I mean, all we get's a basic Daisy. Now, next one, a character I think you and I really both love, is Bowser.
Bowser.
Bowser, I feel like, is really well represented. I think, like... I mean, especially, like, obviously, the down B is the iconic, like, Mario 3 down B. Obviously, the fire's the fire. The regular attacks, what else? The spin with the shell is fucking cool as shit. What do you think about Bowser?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that Bowser could definitely go with some modernizations in terms of, like, he does so much cool shit, like, in Odyssey and Galaxy 2. That they could have easily worked with. I do like that his final smash is basically like his boss fight from Galaxy 2 now, though,
cool.
where
he's in the background.
It's the giant punch. But yeah, I mean Bowser, like even his flame breath, it's more of like he usually shoots fireballs, not like a stream of fire and little stuff like that. And honestly, like again, I think. I'm very happy with Bowser now because I think this is the best he's ever been. He's very fun to play. He doesn't feel like a big slow lug anymore.
Yeah.
But there is one thing that has always bothered me, and I saw a post about this recently about how Mario Bowser and Smash Bowser are not the same character in terms of how the voice in their depiction. They're
dude,
and it does bother me because it's weird that Bowser in Smash is stuck being like this weird beast monster.
Yeah, he's like a murderer.
Back in, like, the 64 days. Whereas now he has like a full voice. He has a character and personality, and it's just like not there anymore.
Bowser is kind of like, I mean, not exactly the same, but he's kind of like Eggman, right? Where he's really silly, but like he's still like the villain, right? Whereas in Smash, he's literally like a psycho monster. Like all his moves are fucked up. I mean, look at Giga Bowser. Yeah, what the fuck is Giga Bowser? That is the scariest thing in the world.
Yeah, I know. Sakurai just made it like just ran with like Bowser being a monster and like made him a full kaiju. You know what I mean?
It's insane. It's like you have Donkey Kong who embraces the silliness of the character, whereas Bowser, it's like I would like if Bowser was more more silly. Like again, as we've seen in like especially the Paper Mario series, he's really silly. Even in the 3D Mario games, like obviously he's a villain, but like he makes funny facial expressions and he reacts comedically. Like yeah, I would have liked to see more of that. But yeah, in Smash he's
and also like Mario can have his wedding outfit, but we can't give Bowser a wedding outfit.
yeah. What
I want
the fuck?
Wedding Bowser.
Yeah,
man.
I know. Wedding Bowser. Like I have his amiibo right there. So even Peach, I wish they like. I know she has a white dress, but I would have liked specifically the Odyssey one. But yeah, it would have been so cool to see Bowser with his like top hat and wedding outfit.
Yeah, like again, I think honestly, what would make me feel a lot better about it is if they just gave Bowser the voice he has in the games
Yeah,
now.
I
Like
agree.
stuff like the weird T-Rex stuff.
Yeah,
it's just, like,
it's-
that's not what the character is
Exactly.
anymore.
Yeah. And also, I mean, obviously Bowser has two. Like the thing about Bowser is he's dangerous. Like that's obviously the side B, which is like I have two stocks and you have one. Let's go down together and you're done. That's hilarious.
Yeah, you know, it's so fun. It's such super satisfying. Like that's what brings me to Bowser the most. Is like he's one of the heavy characters where you can like really feel all the power behind all his moves.
Yeah,
you know, it's just satisfying to hit people with Bowser.
Yeah. And obviously we talked about the Final Smash. Dr. Mario we talked about. Now Rosalina and Luma, one of the most interesting characters to come out of
interesting,
Smash 4.
right?
Right. I mean, Smash 4, this character was a absolute monster, right? And it's like obviously Rosalina and Luma, iconic with the Wii, with Galaxy 1. I mean, less 2, but obviously Galaxy being the big representation. And yeah, I mean, in a world where we didn't have ice climbers, this was our only other multi-use
Like puppet
one.
character,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And yeah, Rosalina and Luma is... There's such an interesting character where it's like it's such a technical character where like yeah, you use the Luma, you can like toss her forward, you're attacking in another spot, you can get her to attack, you can do some weird ass combos. Like how do you feel about Rosalina and Luma?
I am not smart enough to play Rosalina and Luma, but I think I respect that. I definitely do feel like they are a very unique character in Smash. Like and because she's not even like ice. You know, we say puppet character, but it's not like the Luma acts like with you, unless because you can like physically detach the Luma, unlike ice climbers. You know, so there's a lot of depth to Rosalina, and I think for what it's worth, she represents Galaxy pretty well. I mean, you have the launch stars, you have star bits. You have the whole gravitational thing. I always thought was a reference to how planets have their like gravitational sort of pull when you're like going around like a small planet, that sort of thing. So I definitely think she is very representative of Galaxy, and sort of similar to in that regard. I think definitely when a lot of people say like, oh, the Mario representation doesn't like represent like a lot of the core series. I think there's also the struggle of like, aside from Rosalina, the game doesn't like Mario as a series doesn't really add like mainstay characters that often. You know,
I mean, obviously there's Mario Universe characters we could add. Like we'll get to which ones we'd like to see in. But yeah, like I feel like Rosalina and Luma definitely one of the more iconic modern characters. It's crazy how like Rosalina at first was just like I hope it's what I hope happens to Pauline, right? Where I hope Pauline becomes like Rosalina, where she starts showing up in all the spin-off games and she becomes a mainstay. Because yeah, Rosalina was an awesome addition because we were starting to get a little fatigued of just seeing just the regular cast. It's always so cool to see a new rep come into the frame. I mean, even to the point where we got Lumas. Like I think Lumas were playable in like Mario Tennis. Are they? I don't know if they're in Aces.
Yeah, there was a playable Luma in Ultra Smash.
Yeah, in Ultra Smash. Yeah. So it's cool to see in general. Obviously, Lumas and Rosalina get love, but her final Smash horrible, absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it's. I mean, yeah, the Grand Star is what does make sense, but it's so bad.
It's so bad.
It doesn't.
You just stand and wait
never
for
get
it
it off.
to end. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's what the Rosalina. But yeah, I remember I mained her in Ultimate when she was like broken, like in the beginning where it was like unbelievably broken, and that was crazy. Like back then you could like while you're grabbing an opponent have the Luma like hit him and smash him. It's like you could do
you couldn't even grab Rosalina in Smash 4. It was crazy.
Insane, now a divisive character I feel like is Bowser Jr. So first of all, I want to give a massive props to Bowser Jr. for being literally 8 character designs in one. Like it's so cool. It really is a cool thing. Like they could have easily just made it so that the clown car gets different like colors. But it is so awesome, I think, that even though none of them ever all go in the clown car, I think it's so cool that they made it all 8 of the Koopalings in the clown car. Like, I think that's so cool.
I agree. I think that's a layer that adds a lot of depth to the Koopaling, and I think what's cool about that is, like, obviously Mario 3, but New Super Mario Bros. Like, the Koopalings were such a big thing.
Yeah.
It's really cool that, you know, that they were getting recognized, and it wasn't just like, you know, they were all erased for the sake of Bowser Jr., which is really cool.
And unlike a certain other Nintendo game, Mario Kart, they didn't fucking make 8 slots for them, and they just put them in one.
Right?
Like, obviously...
Right, it's crazy.
Yeah, I wish, like, that was... But, I mean, I get Mario Kart is more about size, but that was really dumb. But we're not here to talk about Mario Kart 8's really bad roster. But no, Bowser Jr., I think, yeah, just on that aspect. And, obviously, I mean... Yeah, like, obviously, Bowser didn't inherit the clown car, which, I mean, that's obviously part of his icon. But having it at least with Bowser Jr., like, you had to get the clown car in Smash somehow, because that's so iconic. And it's like, I think they do a decent job with it, because obviously you have the little robots that come out, which, I mean, Bowser did it originally. I love that you have, like, I feel like he's a really, I wish, like, while I wish the moves were better and faster, I think the clown car is really well expressive and well done in the game.
It's very well animated. Yeah, I definitely love the animations on the clown car. I also really like the detail where, like, you know, if you're crouching in the clown car, you take less knockback from, like, low attacks.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of cool details with Junior, and like you said, not only Junior like work with like representation for Mario World. He also is very reflective of the spin-offs, because the side B is basically a Mario Go-Kart, and he is in the racing game. True. So I really like that detail too.
Yeah, who's your favorite Koopaling?
I always like playing as Wendy. I like Wendy's design a lot. I like
you're
the bow.
Wendy?
I always play as Wendy.
I like, what's his name? Iggy. Iggy's funny. But no, I love that they do that. Oh no, what's his name? Is it the short one with the light blue hair? What the fuck's his name? Is it Lemmy? Or I don't know, one of them. The one with the mohawk with the crazy hair. That one's my favorite. But yeah, no, I think Bowser Jr., while not the best character to play as competitively, he's still just like a really fun, weird character to play as in general.
Yeah, he's very unique. Like, I will always stand by the fact that if a character doesn't necessarily have to be super strong or super, like, popular to be good for Smash, they just have to bring something to a table that no one else can.
Exactly.
Which, I mean, also works really well with Piranha Plant, too.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get to... Oh, also, I really do love that his... I mean, while it's not the most effective, I like that the final Smash is the Shadow Mario.
The Mario Sunshine Shadow Mario. Really cool. Again, like, Bowser Jr. did debut in Mario Sunshine, so it is he's definitely a way that more modern Mario titles get representation. For
because it's crazy how, like, Bowser Jr., he's not in 3D Land or 3D World or Odyssey. He was in he was in Galaxy, right? He controlled the Mechbot boss in Galaxy 1 and 2, like the different ones. But yeah, it's weird how, like, now Bowser Jr. is mainly in the 2D games. So I hope to see. I hope he comes back in if there's an Odyssey 2 or whatever. But yeah, the final Mario rep is Piranha Plant, which was, I think everyone in the world agrees, the most random, funny, weird character choice of all time. Because it's that.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
It's that thing of when you really sit down and think about it in a fucked up way. Piranha Plant is iconic. Like, everyone knows the Piranha Plant from Mario. Like, everyone does.
Yeah, Piranha Plant is on the same level as Goomba as like the most recognizable Mario enemy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's like that's it. It's like I honestly think there was a debate between a Goomba or a Piranha Plant. Like, I feel like if they were going for a weird Mario enemy, it's such a weird choice, right?
Yeah, I mean, because it honestly feels like a character that, like, someone dared Sakurai they could never put in the game. Yes, and he was like, watch me, you know what I mean? Like, watch me.
What?
And, you know, I genuinely love the creativity behind Piranha Plant. Now, personally, would I have preferred if it was Petey? Yeah, but, like, I'm not gonna be, like, hung up on that. Like, I love Petey Piranha to death. I think, like, he is, like, if you're gonna pick, like, the Piranha Plant character, because he's, like, the boss of, like, all of them, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, But I understand, like, Piranha Plant definitely in his own way is such a recognizable enemy that it makes sense. So
yeah, and it's so cool seeing how he represents the different like the poison ones. I like how he like his side B represents the poison attacks they pull out. The what's it called? Obviously they've got the. What's the other one? They have that down B where it lunges them forward, just like the ones that go in a really long direction. It's so funny, obviously, how they run. It's like the funniest thing. And it's also a girl, right? I think it's confirmed that the Piranha Plant in the game is a she. Which is...
people... That's not confirmed, but people hung on to that because in as one of the characters who actually got added later but has a Palutena guidance, Pit's talking about, like, blah, 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 like Piranha Plant, and Palutena's like, wait, she will hear you.
Yeah.
She referring to Viridi, but people took it as, she is the Piranha Plant.
Right.
So that's what.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think that's funny.
Yeah,
I love
that.
when the community has stupid
for
stuff
sure.
like that that they get behind. I think it's really endearing.
And yeah, I mean, I I'm obviously super happy that the final Smash represents the Brawl boss battle.
The Brawl boss, man. That's
so
cool.
cool.
I love that to death. Like, that is one of the most iconic bosses in from Brawl.
Yeah.
It's really nice for him to come back that way.
And I like the Spike Ball, obviously representing the Spike Ball attack. So I think he's a really well represented character. Before we get into like the Mario stage, which characters do you think are key that are missing? Because I honestly think the number one is Toad. Like, Toad is genuinely iconic as hell. And the fact that Toad is relegated to a down B in Peach's skirt is like, I just think that's unfair to the character. Like, I really do think, like, even if it wasn't Captain Toad, you could do funny, weird stuff with regular Toad. But like, Captain Toad would obviously be the choice nowadays. But it's like, how is Toad not a playable character before even Piranha Plant?
Yeah, like, I think, Toad, again, is a character who I feel like has a lot to work with. Like, again, it's sort of similar to, like, with Waluigi, because, say what you want about Waluigi, but I don't deny that between all of his appearances and all the spin-offs, same with Toad, there is a lot of stuff you could pull from to make the character work, you know what I mean? So, I definitely do agree that, like, Toad as a character has a lot to work with, and could definitely bring some unique stuff to the table that other characters can't, for sure.
Yeah, it's like, to me, it's like, I just feel like he's such a good, obvious pick. Who else do you think, like, from the specifically Super Mario universe, you think would be a good rep in Smash?
Oh, specifically Super Mario?
Or just like Mario universe, like, even if you think it's like even if it's like a paper character or something.
Again, I think if we're going like mainline Mario games, I would go with splitting Mario into like retro Mario, like maybe have him like an 8-bit character, like sort of Mr. Game & Watch or something like that. And then a more modern Mario who has more things from the 3D games. I think that would be a very cool split that pays more legacy and homage to the character.
Right.
Than just trying to make him one amalgam of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. So I would like another Mario. I would also love if I had this idea before Piranha Plant, where I would have always loved if there was kind of, like there's Pokemon Trainer. I would have loved something like that for like, I don't know, like Shy Guy, Boo, and like, I don't know, what's his name? Not Dry Bones, right? Or something like that, where it's like, it's a trio of Mario enemies you can switch between, and like they could do like different types of moves, because obviously they're really weird and different, and I think on their own they wouldn't necessarily stand, but like I feel like in a comedic kind of trio way, that would have been like a really cool style.
Yeah, if Bowser Jr. wasn't like his own like individual fighter, I could have seen him and been like, oh yeah, he's commanding these minions.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they did end up making Bowser Jr. plus minions and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it could have been funny if, like, there was a Bowser Jr. in the game, but, like, he just commanded the other Mario enemies to fight for him,
Yeah, for sure. No, like, I feel like it's like, that would have been so cool. I mean, obviously one, like, if we're thinking of just Mario universe, like, obviously Gino's one everyone really wants. Even, like,
I don't disregard like people who want like Gino, because I think he could be cool, but I always feel like Paper Mario would be my first choice for a Mario RPG character, right? Like,
Yeah.
Paper Mario is so different than Mario. If you're gonna put a second Mario in the game, that would be the one that I would want the most.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I think Paper Mario would be the most unique. Again, especially if they pull from different like obviously he would have the hammer. He could do his time-based attacks when he hits you on the head, or like just cool. Like you could do such cool things with
Cool
Paper
stuff with
Mario.
like some of the partners. Like also you have like stuff from Super Paper with
for
like the
sure.
jumps and how that could all work.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
maybe even like have some sort of system where like you can have equip a badge that does
that'd
something
be
like
so
for a
cool.
period of
Yeah,
time or
yeah.
something with the down B. Like you have so many cool opportunities to work with
Yeah,
a Paper
I
Mario.
agree. But overall, I think the Mario representation is solid. I think I would call it like great. I think it's well represented there. Because now we'll go into stages. We actually have a lot of Mario stages. We have New Donk City Hall, Peach's Castle 64, we got Mushroom Kingdom, we got Princess Peach's Castle from GameCube, we got Rainbow Cruise, we got Mushroom Kingdom 2, which is the Mario 2, we got Delfino Plaza, we got Mushroomy Kingdom, we got Figure 8 Circuit, Luigi's Mansion, Mario Bros, the 2D one, 3D Land, Golden Plains, and Paper Mario, and Mushroom Kingdom U, Mario Galaxy, Mario Circuit, and Super Mario Maker. Is that the most? I think that's the most stages for a franchise, right?
Oh, by
By
far,
far,
yeah.
yeah.
There's no way.
And what's pretty crazy is looking at all of these. A lot of these are pretty different and unique. It's shocking that there isn't like a Bowser. How is there not a Bowser's Castle? Like I'm looking here. That's insane.
Yeah, I also think it's weird that that Rainbow Road never came back.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's a weird one. So
Rainbow Road was only on the 3DS, and they never brought it back. And I think Rainbow Road is way more iconic than like the Mario circuits that we got back.
Right, yeah. I mean, so out of all these stages, which ones are like? I mean, we can go through them. So, how do you feel about? I'm just gonna look in the order. How do you feel about New Donk City Hall as like the newest edition?
I like it a lot. Like I like that there's a lot of references with the singers and Pauline, and you even have
that's
Captain
awesome.
Toad hanging out in the background, and it's nice that you get to see like all the different areas of the city as well with different cool layouts. So
Right.
I am a big fan of New Donk. I think the only other what other place from Mario Odyssey could you have chosen? Maybe like Steam Gardens, maybe.
Yeah, Steam Gardens. You could have done. I mean, you could have done Cascade Kingdom because of the the dinosaur. Yeah, or even what's it called? Obviously, yeah. But I mean, New Donk City is the headliner. Right? That's the one everyone sits down and thinks about. It would have been cool if maybe if you went there at night, there was like the concert going down in the background, kind of like sometimes the town hall does for Animal Crossing. But overall, no, I think New Donk City is a cool little stage. Then we have Peach's Castle 64. I don't like the stage at all.
No, the bumper is annoying.
Yeah, the bumper's annoying. The layout's just really fucking weird. It's like it's not a good stage. I think it's a weird top of Peach's Castle. It's really weird. I don't like it. I don't think either of us do. Then we have Mushroom Kingdom, which is essentially Mario 1-1, but like the end of it. This one's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, there was also a version of this stage that was in Melee that was different,
Right,
but they didn't bring that one back either. Because Mushroom Kingdom and Melee and 1 are very different layouts.
Yeah. And one that I used to just like, but now I adore, is Princess Peach's Castle, like the full one, like the Mario 64.
Yeah, Princess Peach's Castle from Melee is
good.
one of my just all-time favorite stages.
Yeah.
I love that stage to death.
Yeah, like the glow up it's had is beautiful. Beautiful. Because first of all, I love how the giant bullet bill, or what is it called? The
bonsai bill comes in,
bill. Yeah. And like that one just comes smashing into the stage. But it's like I just love especially the lighting on that stage. It is beautiful.
Yeah, I that was one of the stages that I would always recreate in Stage Maker when I was younger.
Yeah.
Because I had so much fun on that stage.
Another weird one that you would think they would have picked Bob-omb Battlefield, but they ended up picking Rainbow Cruise from Mario 64.
Yeah, you'd think Bob-omb Battlefield would be the pick.
Like the top
But-
of Bob-omb Battlefield, and like the King
or
Bob-omb
Womp's
shows
Fortress,
up.
which are like the more iconic levels.
Yeah, like Rainbow Cruise, I love
but-
it though.
Yeah, I mean Rainbow Cruise. I think definitely this was at a time like in Melee where they added all the auto scrolling stages,
yeah.
and they were probably like, what's like the cool like platform like what's the most platform obstacle course
For sure.
esque stage from Mario 64? Let's put that one in, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, no, again, it's a cool stage, but it's one of those things that makes you think, like, how is it not Bob-omb Battlefield? Then we have Mushroom Kingdom 2, which is essentially Mario Bros. 2, the first area in Mario Bros. 2. And this one's kind of cute. Like, it's kind of a small stage. There's not too much going on, but it's like a fun one.
I'm a very big fan of Super Mario Bros. 2. I always like this stage. I like that the enemy, like that Pidgeot and Birdo were just sprites. I like that detail a lot. You know, it is weird that they just call it Mushroom Kingdom 2,
really
but
weird.
They could have just called it Subcon. I don't know why they had to call it Mushroom Kingdom 2.
I don't know. I think I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. I feel like no one knows it's called Subcon, so they were just like, let's just call it Mushroom Kingdom 2. Really weird. Another iconic one that everyone knows, I think most people love, is Delfino Plaza. Really,
Delfino Plaza,
awesome.
I think, no matter who you talk to, they just love like that stage, especially like for the stages that like tour around.
Yeah.
I think most people just adore that stage to death for like good reason. Like the aesthetic is great, it has very good vibes, the water is fun to mess around in. You know?
There's nothing in the stage that's trying to kill you either, right? It really is purely you're touring the different locations of Delfino Plaza. You can't go wrong with the Delfino theme, right? That one's so good. And yeah, that one's an awesome stage. Next one, I mean, I think we've talked about this before, but a really fucking weird one is Mushroomy Kingdom. So the dead fucking Mushroom Kingdom where everything was abandoned. Like, that is it again. What a weird idea, right? It's such a Brawl thing because Brawl is obviously so like dry and angry for some reason that I guess it makes sense for that game. Following especially Subspace Emissary where like, I don't know, everything's kind of fucked up. But this stage, I don't think I like it. I think it's just too weird.
Yeah, I like it's kind of a weird like, oh, this is like a post-apocalyptic like ancient Mario. I definitely think like it's one of those stages where you have to play with like the right music to sort of get in the vibe, like Ritzy Desert or like you know, the underground theme from Mario Land, which again the underground version of the stage is gone
That's
too.
so
which
weird,
is weird, right? But yeah, definitely like, you know, there's something kind of cool about Mushroomy Kingdom in my opinion, and that's that like it's taking an existing like place or taking an existing concept and putting like a different twist on it. You know what I mean? Like I think Sakurai did a lot of that in Brawl, and it hasn't really like gone that like it hasn't really done that much since Brawl. You know what I mean? Because I feel like now he's more focused on making characters like as accurate as possible. But back then it was more of like, you know, what can we like do to make this like unique for Smash?
Yeah,
you know
exactly,
what I mean?
Exactly. We have that. We also have Figure 8 Circuit, which I feel like
kind of like tame for a Mario Kart. Like,
exactly.
I like that there's other karts on the track, but
I love
it's kind of
that,
like nothing about it inherently screams Mario
exactly.
Kart. You know what
like
I mean?
it's like how does this stage not have the Mario Kart question blocks that come up and you
the
get
item boxes? Yeah, right?
Like how is that not a thing? Like even whether they're doubles or singles, like you feel like that would have been such an obvious way to Mario Kartify it, right? That would have been so cool. But yeah, I mean, like cool design. It's very simple and clean. I like that it shows in the background like who's taking the lead of the racers. But yeah, it's a funny one. Obviously, another iconic one is Luigi's Mansion. One of people's just like go-to stages. I think it's just a fun one. It's really weird. I love that you can destroy the mansion. Really good stage, I think.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion, definitely. I think the way that you can destroy it and have it collapse on you, like, is that something that happens in Luigi's Mansion? No, but is it fun to do? Yeah. Like
exactly.
Again, like they took some more liberties with this one. It would have been cool if like Booze or Ghosts like messed up with the screen or something like that. I kind of wish that they had more of that vibe going on. You know?
Like again, like where the fuck are Booze? Booze are some of the most iconic enemies. How are they not even a stage or an item or anything? It's so weird. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. This one, I feel like
the worst stage of all time.
This stage drives me fucking nuts. Mario Bros. This stage is just annoying as shit.
It's a nightmare. Like it's very well made, but it is like you know, it's basically just the arcade game, but as a stage. But man, it is the definition of anti-fun. I hate this stage of death.
Yeah, because it takes so much effort to like kick someone out. it's again, it's a cool idea to have it so that you can run from one spot to another, but the stage is so big that like killing someone could take you like 90 hours. It's so annoying. It's like that's sort of those stages that you could tell yourself like this didn't need to be that faithful to the original. One which is actually one of my favorites of all time Smash is the 3D land scrolling one. Because this one is such a cool, it's an obstacle course. It really feels like a well-made obstacle course. Like you're going through different trials. You've got the platforms from 3D Land, and I love how beautiful it is on the Switch version of Smash. Like, how do you feel about this one?
Yeah, I like this one a lot more than Mushroomy Kingdom because I feel like it actually feels like a platforming challenge.
Yeah.
And a stage in the same thing, in the same, like, you know, package, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, and then we have one that's like, I like the gimmick, but I don't necessarily love the stage so much. It's Golden Plains, right?
The whole goal, like, New Super Mario Bros. 2 is such like a whatever game.
It's fun.
That it feels weird that it got its own stage over other Mario stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think because they were trying to represent like handheld stuff, right? In the 3DS
right,
Smash.
handheld for 3DS.
Yeah. Again, I love the idea, right? That you get 100 coins, you turn gold. But I wish it wasn't just like the basic, you know, grass field, because we have enough of those Mario grass field World 1 stages. So I would have liked if like it was a different world at least or something. Another one, Paper Mario. So this one's a really cool one. Obviously, giving Paper Mario some love. I love that they reference the ship, right? Like from Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door. I love that they represent what's it called, Hither Hill. Even as not great as Sticker Star is, at least that stage aesthetic is really pretty. Do you like the stage?
Yeah, I like the stage a lot. Like, I like, again, seeing Paper Mario represented is like it's just really nice. Even if the representation is more off of Sticker Star than Thousand Year Door or the original, I do like this is like one of the reasons why I'm surprised we don't have Paper Mario as a character because his aesthetic and everything would be so unique and his stage is very fun and I like the visuals on that stage.
Right.
So.
And what's so cool is it would have been so dope if like it was a stage like Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Like obviously like the more combos you do, the crowd would get like hyped up and maybe you would get points and do more damage. Like that would have been super dope if they incorporated that. Then we have Mushroom Kingdom U, which again I think this one's fun. Like I think it's got some unique gimmicks to it. I fucking hate Nabbit. Motherfucker kidnapping.
yeah, Nabbit is so miserable to deal with.
He's a bitch. Again, he's really funny though. I think there's some fun chaos in. Like I like that it's not just the grass field. I like that you do go to like the area where the platforms are moving and stuff like that.
Yeah, I definitely think that it actually does have like one of the fortresses is like the interior of the fortress is one of the places you travel to, which again like. You know, we were saying that Bowser's Castle doesn't get, like, a lot of representation despite, like, you always go there in the end, you know?
Yeah. Another one, again, Mario Galaxy. I think this is a weird, like, I like the idea of, like, a curved stage. I don't know. How do you feel? I feel like I'm okay with this thing.
It's too, like, generic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I love the stage. I love Galaxy. But I would have preferred if it was, like, this is just a set, like, Galaxy from Mario Galaxy, not just... Here's just a planet, you know what I mean?
And obviously the characters are more floaty, which is really cool. The way you float off the stage is really cool. It's like it's fine. It's fine. Then we have Mario Kart 8 Mario Circuit, which this one I think is hilarious because I love smashing people. Like I think it does a good job of representing Mario Kart 8 where the road is like upwards and then it'll be sideways and then you're knocking people on different sides of the stage.
Yeah, like how the road can be on the ceiling or on the sides. Like, I think it represents Mario Kart 8 very well. I just, you know, I do wish that we got Rainbow Road back. Because I feel like that is, like, the most iconic Mario Kart,
yeah, exactly.
You know,
like Rainbow Road, or even, what's it called? I would have wished if I would have loved if it was Electrodome, because Electrodome's really fucking cool.
Yeah, Electrodome would have been so dope.
Yeah. And then we have Super Mario Maker. So this is, again... A simple one, but a really fun one. Like, I love that the guy with the pencil shows up and changes, like, the stage layouts and stuff. Like, I think it's a really cool idea. And it was so weird that was a free DLC map, which we have yet to see for Smash Ultimate. But it was so weird to just get that randomly in Smash 4.
Yeah, like, you know, I like that it was DLC, like, I think it was one of the better DLC stages because, you know, I like the idea that it's different every time. And it definitely shows that, like, you know, Mario Maker was in development around the same time as Smash 4, and it came out around the same time. So it was super cool, like, hey, this game's coming out, here's this new stage, you know what I mean? Because I feel like, again, unless it's tied to DLC, we don't get, like, just stages anymore,
Right, exactly,
you know, for Ultimate. And I like that we would just get stages in Ultimate without having, like, it be tied to anything, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, that's the major stuff. Now, obviously, Mario has a fuck ton of songs in the game. I think there might be over, 150 Mario songs in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even, like, begin to, like, go off of, like, you know, even list through all of them. There's just so many. But I will say, like, in terms of if I just had to pick a favorite, I really love the Gritzy Desert remix that they did.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite because, like, you know, a lot of the Mario songs are just, like, ripped straight from the game for the most part. But man, like, Gritzy Desert, that, like, because I'm a big fan of Mario and Luigi, and, like, I love that it got represented, especially because Partners in Time seems to be the one that they forget about the most.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for some reason. But no, I think there's a lot of dope songs in there. In terms of items, obviously there's a fuck ton of items. There's like the boomerang, the mushroom, the metal box, the what's it called, the red shell, the blue shell. There's like Mario representation is all over Smash. Obviously there's a fuck ton of spirits in the game. There was a ton of trophies before. Like obviously again Mario is Nintendo's crown jewel franchise, so obviously it's gonna get a ton of it has over like 70 spirits in the game. It's crazy. So yeah, that's like, I think in general, I think for the most part for Nintendo's flagship franchise, I think it should be a little more pristine, but I think it's great. Like, I think overall, when you look at stages, characters, items, references, all this stuff, I think it is super well represented.
Yeah, very well represented. Like, it covers definitely, I think, like, almost every mainline Mario game is represented in Smash in some way or another.
Yeah.
And, you know, can there be some refinements to make, like, stuff feel more accurate to those games? Like, of course, but the breadth of, like, trying to cover all things Mario in one game,
for sure.
I think Smash does an extremely good job at that.
Yeah. I think that's mostly it for that. Again, I love the Mario stuff. I can't wait to see if they end up adding one more during this final pass, because this is their one last shot at it for this version of the game. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this week's Smash Dispatch. Let us know what are your favorite Mario characters in the game. If there's any characters you'd like to see any better representation, and that's gonna be it. So as always, you can catch me on Twitter at GamesCageX or twitch.tv/GamesCage, and you can catch Ultima Shadow X at Ultima Shadow X on Twitter. So that's it. That's all. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you all next week. Peace out.
Peace out.